Hey guys, Not Free here, and today we've got part number 2 of our West Brom versus Newcastle United preview. Today we're going to be looking at the Newcastle side, and to be honest, this is not really a preview for the game. Well, it is a preview, half of it's a preview now, and then we're going to go and look at what the club have been saying about the Ritchie situation and the Mike Ashley court situation that came out in the week. But let's talk about Newcastle United's league position. 17th, 26 games, 7 wins, 5 draws, 14 defeats with 26 points. Not good enough, unfortunately, but we have a big chance. Got Villa, Brighton, and West Brom coming up. Burnley losing is a massive plus. Fulham losing is a massive plus. West Brom losing against Everton is a massive plus. So we've got chances of that. Our form, it's been ish. Beating Everton 2-0, losing to Palace 2-1, beating Southampton 3-2, losing to Chelsea 2-0, losing to Man United 3-1, and then the 1-1 draw at Wolves at the weekend. Now, there's a lot of injuries coming up, to be honest, at the minute, so let's go through them quickly. Wilson is starting to get a light jogging from his injury from the Southampton game, so he's starting to get back into it, but not yet. I can probably see him coming back after the international break, so maybe three more games without him. Shaw, no new news about him, so he's still on crutches as far as we know. Fernandes has trained all week and might be involved. That's a good positive. We need a solid, experienced centre-back with maybe Clark or Lascelles, one of them too. Miggy and Maxi, these are the big ones, are both out until April. One has a knee injury and one has a muscle. We think Miggy Almiron has the knee injury and Maxi has the muscle problem. Manquillo, no new news on him as well, so we assume he's just in light training still. Hayden has apparently been carrying an ankle problem for about a week or two, so he's in doubt, and he probably shouldn't have been playing. Save him because we desperately need him for these games. And Kraft has had a bad shin injury, so he's a doubt as well. So we might have a no right back and no defensive midfielder. So you can probably see you've got to play one of the long snaps of this game now, if you're Steve Bruce, and maybe Paul Dummett at right back, but who knows? Dummett's not played for a while, so let's find out. Anyway, we move on now for the press conference. The accumulation of points is what you need to stay in the division. Yeah, no, Steve. It's how many points you can get. That's not really good enough now. You've been saying that for weeks and nothing's changing. 2 wins in the last 6. Not good enough. That could have been easily 3 or 4. Should be beating Palace. Should be beating Wolves. But rivals Fulham are getting so much optimism. Scott Parker, after they got defeat 1-0 against Fulham, said, Spurs, literally said, I believe that we are a top team. We're a young squad. They're going to need time at this division. And we can beat anyone we want. We need to have the correct mindset. That's the manager we need at Newcastle United. Not that it's accumulation of points. Well, bacon, man. Put some bacon, brown sauce, half-time. Good team talk, yeah? We don't need that. I mean, Ritchie bust up situation on Tuesday training ground. Apparently, Steve Bruce has said Ritchie has stood in front of all the players and staff and apologised to them after calling him a coward. Now, if you have done this, Ritchie, you're not wrong. No Newcastle United fan thinks that you're wrong, because he is a coward, unfortunately. You might not like to hear it, but he is. He's made too many weird moves. It's too late to bring on some good form. Too defensive. He's not willing enough to go win a game or put the ball in the back of the net. But the players have asked for Graham Jones to come in, and he didn't deny that. Well, he said he's not denied anything with this situation, so he said the whole journalist might be true. The players might want Graham Jones in charge. For me, I don't want Graham Jones in charge. He's a good assistant coach and he's good with tactics. However, he nearly got Luton relegated in the Championship, who only just stayed up in the end and are currently in the bottom half of the Championship now. I don't think I really want him from the end of the season. For the end of the season, fine. But what do you want? I mean, we just missed out on Nigel Pearson, who's went to Bristol City. That would have been a good manager to get. Got Leicester out of a relegation battle. Why can you not get us? Anyway, Ritchie obviously got publicly criticised by Bruce after the Wolves game for not giving up tactics leading to Neves' goal on Saturday. Bruce has apologised for that and said he could have done better in his press conference. But the instructions bit, I know he's a player coming on from the bench and he probably should give a few. But as a manager, surely it's your job to give out the instructions to the players and not the players' instruction to give them one to everyone. He's going, right, Ritchie, I've told you what he said. I can't be bothered to shout it. You go tell him because you're much more vocal than me. Nah, Steve, you do it. It's your job. That's what you get paid for. I get paid for playing football. You get paid to do that job. I don't blame him again. If he didn't want to say all of them, you need to say all of them when you need to. But it's not even Ritchie's fault for the goal, so I don't know why it's his fault for being blamed. It's probably Hayden and Willock's fault because they didn't track the man. But now we move on to the legal concerns of the club at the minute. So Newcastle have lost their first 2 points in the league battle. They asked for the conversations between the club and the court to be public so the fans and press can hear that. And I'm not surprised the court have turned that down, because even though fans don't want you left in the dark, the media do not need to get hold of this information. And if it's legal business, they don't need to know about every single thing going on between the clubs. And I don't want to know about everything going on in the clubs because you don't want to get your hopes up for something that might knock down. But Mike Ashley is still confident the takeover can come through. However, the Newcastle grounds of removal of the chairman were apparently because of bias. Newcastle United say that they were informed that the previous advice given by the chairman to the Premier League and its owners and directors test was biased, to be honest. And Sky Sports have contacted the Premier League for a comment. I don't really think they need to make a comment. They might be a bit biased because Burnley have got their thing in, but we can't be blaming them. But that's what it is. My thoughts are I'm not really bothered about it. Seriously, I'm not bothered about it. Yes, I'd love a takeover. Yes, I'll get Mike Ashley out. But I'm not bothered if the chairman gets sacked. Come in with a better bid, maybe a better backing, maybe a better storyline, then we might get a new owner. But that's not the priority at the minute. The priority, because even if a new owner does come in, Steve Bruce would still be in charge and he'd still be putting the mess because it'll take another 6 weeks to go through. By them 6 weeks, it'll be April, May time. Yeah, halfway through April, with about 5 games left. You do not change the manager there. So that's my thoughts on the whole Newcastle United saga. The Darlow situation as well, I forgot to mention on. I'm not really bothered about that, but however, I do think Darlow's time in the squad is up because I think we do need to Brapka in for a bit of experience, which is fair enough. Darlow can't argue that. He is the number one. He was the number one last season. He probably didn't deserve to lose his spot, but he got injured. But the way he's been leaked in the media, that was also Tuesday before Wolves as well, Steve Bruce is not happy about. But I'm not bothered about that. It's another if story. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the match. Match tomorrow, 12 o'clock, and hopefully we could win it. We definitely need to win it, but it's going to be a scrappy 1-0 either way without our front three. So if you did, leave a like, comment and subscribe for more Newcastle United content, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye, guys.